Cole, you guys obviously have a lot of depth on the D-line. How beneficial is that going to be during the year?
Oh, with everybody coming back and the depth that we have, I think it's going to be a huge benefit for us come this upcoming season. We have everybody that started and everybody was backing up really just came back. So with the depth that we have, I think it'll be good for us.
Are you strictly at end now? Are you moving around any or?
Oh yeah, we're just playing F. Yeah, just playing F.
How do you feel about the defense just as a whole? Because obviously you had a few guys that left with Terrell and Jalen.
Oh yeah, we had a key couple key players leave, actually big time players leave. But I think with us being, or me and a couple other guys being in the system for the last 3 years, I think we're going to pick up right where we left off. To be honest with you.
You guys picked up the pass rush as the year went on last year. Do you feel like that's going to carry over?
Absolutely. We're working every day on moves and getting off the ball. It's a big part of it. Getting off the rock. So yeah, I think we're going to pick up where we left off.
You guys were picked 10th in the coaches poll. I don't know if you saw that today. Is that a sign of respect, or how do you kind of see that?
To be honest, I don't think we really look at that. We just focused on day by day, getting 1% better every single day, and what happens on the field happens on the field, and I guess that speaks for itself.
Cole, what are the battles like with this offensive line? I mean, obviously both sides coming back reloaded. Is it kind of fun to have that going on each day?
Oh, absolutely. We got good on good every single day. We got two of the best O-lines and D-lines in the nation, I would say. So good on good every single day. I think it's going to make us better going into the season.
Somebody mentioned losing some players. Do you feel that leadership void has been filled in? Do you see guys, even including yourself, that are becoming more vocal leaders or leading by example?
Definitely. We got people like Dylan Doyle and Apu, Connor Galvin, everybody stepping up. Those are some key players that are going to step into those leadership roles, definitely.
This hasn't always been an easy journey for you, college football. What kind of a person are you now with all the experiences you've dealt with?
We speak about person over player, and me dealing with a couple injuries. I think when Aranda came in, it was good for me to get into this person over player thing and just focus on everything. Is not always about football, And even though I play football every single day, I think becoming a man and learning some of these things that he's teaching us is helping me out for the future.
Cole, were you a drafted baseball player coming out of high school?
Was not drafted necessarily because I was committed to play baseball at first,
Okay.
and I switched over to football last minute, so there was a little balance in there.
Were you
But
committed here to play baseball?
no, I was going to University of New Mexico to play baseball.
Okay.
So
All right. You have a pretty good fastball, right?
yeah, that was a pitcher. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dave talked about being able. He's been comparing this team to baseball and being able to come out and throw a lot of fastballs, throw some curveballs. How would you describe this team and really the defense? You think you guys are going to be throwing a lot of fastballs or countering some of that?
Absolutely. Our motto is run the ball and stop the run. And that's our fastball, and we're gonna come out every day and we're gonna run the ball and we're gonna stop the run. Having that O line and that D line that are good, it's gonna help us.
Is there a part of you that's going to be, kind of sick of going against your O-line and ready to?
Maybe towards the back end of camp and getting towards the season, but I know they're the best in the country and they're gonna help us get better throughout this camp. So yeah.
TJ, you guys pass rush improved as the year went on last year. Do you feel like that's going to carry over to this year?
Yeah, so definitely that's one thing that I've been telling the D-line about. I feel like that void that we had in between last year and this year isn't, well, just now started fall camp. It's not a very big void. I feel like we're pretty much at the same spot we left off on last year, and I just can see the gap that we continue to close on and potentially break the roof of and continue to thrive and get better as a D-line.
Having so much depth, does that help as far as always staying fresh, keeping up with the fast-paced offenses?
Definitely, yeah. So obviously we trade a couple every series, so we definitely help each other out. Coach DJ does a good job with keeping us fresh, keeping us rotated. So that's a smart decision that we made as D-line.
On that depth, how has Jackson Player, the young guys as well, come in and kind of adapted to everything?
Yeah, so Jackson is going to play a big role in our defense, definitely. So he's one of those players that he brings an edge to what he plays at, wherever he plays at. So I feel like with him coming in, it also helps the younger guys because they see him and they also see all of us, and they continue to try to work and catch up to us and stuff like that, and we got to continue to lead them and help pull them along with us.
You see some good talent level amongst those younger guys?
Yes, I do. I see a lot of it in them.
TJ, I don't know the timeline, but you played against Jackson, right? Not you. You were in Temple
Yes.
when they were in the district.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't play against him because you're on the defensive line. But
Yeah.
what did you see from him from the sideline?
Oh man, he was a monster. Obviously, he was one of those players that we for sure had the game plan around, but he still ended up making half the plays on the field. So he's definitely one of those players.
Does this kind of depth make you feel like you got to bring it every day with that kind of depth, and even behind you, guys coming? Do you feel like you got to bring yours every day?
Oh yeah, definitely. As a D line, we have no choice but to bring it. No matter where we are on the depth chart, we just continue to thrive and push each other to get better. So if we even see one person dragging, we try to, get behind them and push them to get better every day.
Who's filling the voids that y'all lost in terms of leadership on the defense?
We have Dylan Doyle. Honestly, has been the biggest in my eyes. He's been one of those people that has been a vocal leader. He's one of those people that leads by example every day. He gets everywhere on time beforehand, comes and does extra work after practice. He's one of those players that lives what he talks.
How do you think that affects the younger talent on this team and kind of molds them into what they should be?
So that definitely is one of the things that we talk about as a team. So just for them to be able to see the leaders and the older guys doing it, it actually shows them that we don't just say it, that we actually do what we say we're going to do.
How important is the person over player aspect of this program to you?
To me personally, it's been one of the most important things to me because it's helped me thrive in my personal growth. It's helped me become a better person, a better player.
How have you seen that have you seen that spread over the team? Do you attribute that to some of the success y'all have had?
Yeah, definitely. So before, Coach Rule, it was all smash mouth football. It doesn't matter what it is. So with Coach Aranda, he really brought a really genuine kind of feel to the team, and it caused everybody to come together as a brotherhood, and playing for each other, living for each other, rather than being selfish and living for themselves.
TJ, how do you deal with the expectations? I mean, you guys, defending Big 12 champs, picked to win it again, and I think 10th in the poll that came out today.
Honestly, we don't look at that stuff. We just know that we got a job to do, so we just come out and grind every day because we know that we do have the potential to go ahead and win the championship again, potentially go to playoffs and win the national championship. So I feel like we just got to continue to keep our heads down and grind every day, just continue to get better.
How often do you see your dad on the Jumbotron when you guys are playing?
Man, probably at least 4 or 5 times a game.
Yeah. He's a lot of excitement about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, TJ.
Yes, sir. Thanks, y'all.
Let's talk expectations, coming into this season. Obviously, losing a couple key pieces to the defense. How does this defense stack up to last year?
I think it's still pretty comparative. I know we lost a lot of good guys, and they're doing some great things at the next level, which is awesome to see. But I think the guys are coming to not necessarily to replace them, but also the leadership that's been taken. I know guys talked about Dylan and a few other guys on defense, and the D-line as a front in general have really taken the next step, and it's really let the defense be close to getting that level. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do in camp because we got plenty of time, but it's been pretty close, yeah.
You guys obviously had a really good pass rush by the end of last year. Do you feel like you are going to have the same kind of pass rush or maybe even better?
I believe so, yeah. I think we've had a good start in camp in terms of pass rush, and I think it's only going to get better the more we're working, the more we're grinding together.
You guys obviously have a lot of veterans. Is it easier to pick up things, to go through things faster?
Absolutely, yeah. The more experience we've had, the faster we've been able to play, and that just keeps getting faster and faster as the years have gone on and as the days go by.
Brayden, what's that like going against the offensive line? I mean, both sides are really good, a lot of depth, good experience stuff.
Yeah, it's a battle every day, and that's what's just going to make us better and make the whole team better throughout the season. And that's just the best thing. We got to bring our A game every day, and they got to bring theirs. And so every day the team benefits the most every day from it.
Brayden, what was your recruitment like? Because you played in Loyola, right?
Yes, sir.
What was how did Baylor get on your radar? How did they find you, or vice versa?
So that's actually a kind of a funny story. So by signing day my senior year, I had 2 D3 offers and a JUCO offer. So I was emailing schools. I was trying to talk to people any way I can. And it came around to one of my high school coaches found an email of somebody in the office, and I emailed them, who then brought it over to recruitment. And they were the only actually school that responded to me. And so 3 weeks later, I actually had a chance to walk on. So there's a lot to it, but it was really divine intervention in a way that brought me to Baylor.
And you started out as a walk-on.
Yes, sir.
So what was that moment like when you no longer were?
It was pretty amazing. It was kind of everything I had been dreaming and working for, and it was awesome. Like, I don't know, I always had a dream to call my parents and tell them, hey, like, you don't have to pay for school anymore, like, I got it. And I had that opportunity a year ago, and it's been nothing but amazing ever since.
Is that when you got yours a year ago in camp? Or
It was in the summer.
Summer.
Yes, sir, yeah.
We've asked the other guys this question, the expectations, Big 12 favorite, you're number 10 in the coaches poll. How do you deal with that, or do you pay much attention to it? Or?
We honestly don't pay any attention to it. We're in grind mode, and even during the season, we don't really pay attention either, because it's really about us playing our game and us playing to the best of our ability rather than what the outside says, to be honest.
With that said, I mean, it's a world of a difference from what everyone perceived you guys as last year. So how do you feel like that's sunk in at all, or how do you keep that out?
Honestly, we just keep doing our thing, and we just keep working and keep playing the way we are and keep playing as a team. And I think that's the best way we can combat anything coming from the outside in terms of pressure or expectations.
You just playing strictly in now, or are you alternating, or?
I play defensive end, but I do move around to nose a few times, like depending on like the situation and everything. But I feel comfortable in both.
How do you feel about the depth on the D line? I mean, I guess everybody's back, and then you bring in Jackson.
It's really exciting because I never played with like a stacked defense like this, especially defensive line. So we push each other a lot more than I've ever been pushed in my life, and it's very exciting because it makes everybody better on the team.
You guys obviously have a whole lot of experience up front. How different is that from maybe the last couple years?
The last couple years is crazy because like we haven't had like a lot of older guys like this, and so it's just many older people that like we can all put our input in, like get each other better. Like you could study film, but hey, I think you could do this, I think you could do that. It's like a brotherhood, and it just makes us really strong.
Gabe, the way that pass rush came together by the end of the year, you hoping for a carryover or maybe building on that?
Oh, we still building. It's gonna be way better than last year. I'm very excited about our pass rush, and we've been putting emphasis on that and getting better every day, and it's gonna be exciting.
What do you think makes this group that much better than last year?
Really, we are older now, but it's also our bond. We're very close now. Like we've been through a lot of stuff. We've been through ups and downs. So we just know what to expect from each other, and we push each other every day, and it's just amazing.
Is there anything in particular you really like about Coach Roberts' defense that allows you guys to do what you do?
He always puts us in position to make plays. He's going to put us in a position to where we're going to do what's best for the team and also what's best for us, and I just love it.
Gabe, particularly at the left side, Connor Galvin at tackle. What's that like going against him in 1 years?
That's the best O-lineman in the Big 12, in my opinion. And if you want some good work, you want some good competition, you go up against him. And I just love going against him.
Do you win some battles?
Some 50-50, it's Connor Galvin, but hey, it's all fun.
You think if we asked him, he would say it was 50-50?
Don't ask him, please.
Well, you're lucky. We talked to him.
We've already got.
Talk about those battles, though. I mean, is that something you came here for? Those getting to go up against the best competition, and then really seeing that when you got to Baylor.
Yeah. At first, it was like because I got to grow with them as well with Connor Galvin because we were both young. I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. So as I've grown and gotten better, he's also grown and gotten better. So my game had to adapt every day. So I feel like in practice, like we go against the best offensive line. So every day we're getting better. So once we go out there in the games, we're prepared.
Let's talk about the defense as a whole. Are there any newcomers that are catching your eye or really showing up?
I love seeing Jackson play. I love seeing him. He's growing every day. He's getting better, and it's just remarkable to see what type of player he is. To be honest.
Has he been playing end and?
End and nose, yes.
Okay.
He's been learning both positions and playing very good.
Gabe, what did it say about him that he came here where you guys are stacked with depth on the defensive line, and yet I know it's his hometown, he played here, but that he was not going to back down from how deep it already was.
He is not scared of competition. I will say that. He's not afraid. He's going to go out there. He's going to push himself, and he's going to get better. He has no, he don't care how stacked we are, how many people there are. He's just going to come out here and play his hardest and get better every day.
Is he a talker?
Kinda, yeah.